We just spent 3 incredible weeks traveling through Cambodia, and it's a country that really surprised us, and we ended up loving it way more than we ever thought we would.
I think this is like objectively one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever been on.
There were definitely a lot of things that caught us off guard while we were in Cambodia, but these are the 11 things that surprised us the most while we were there.
Number 1, there are very few international fast food chains in Cambodia.
While we were in Cambodia, we really didn't see any international fast food chains. That's in big contrast to the other Southeast Asian countries that we've been to, like Thailand and Malaysia, where there's McDonald's and Burger King and Texas Chicken and all these big chains.
Yeah, and fun fact that actually in Cambodia, there has never ever been a McDonald's, which, I mean, not a lot of countries can say that. They're like all over the place. But it's kind of cool because Cambodia's version of fast food is like the little lady on the street corner who's frying up some fresh chaya cakes, or even the guy who's cranking out some fresh sugarcane juice.
And honestly, as a traveler, it's really nice to not see these big fast food chains, because the last thing that you want to do when you're away from home is go sit in a McDonald's. Number 2, the people are some of the friendliest that we have ever met.
We've met some pretty friendly people in Southeast Asia, but I just don't think any country has compared to Cambodia. I mean, you pass people on the street and they'll smile at you. The little kids are especially friendly. They'll like wave at you and say hello. They just want to like play with you. I just love the people in Cambodia.
Really, just everywhere we went, people were super friendly, super helpful, and always curious to talk to us and see where we were from too.
I like that English was pretty good too.
Yeah, I have to agree. Everyone we spoke to in the tourism industry, from hotel operators to bus drivers, people were just really kind and conversational.
Number 3, the US dollar is used interchangeably with the Cambodian riel.
Even though we read about this before we went to Cambodia, it was still super surprising to go to an ATM and get out some crisp 20s, which should be coming out of an ATM over 10,000 miles away.
Yeah, and it was even more surprising to me like how interchangeably they're used. Like sometimes you would pay for something with a $10 bill and they'll give you your change like half in riel and half in dollars.
Yeah, from our experience, it seems like any purchase that was over $1, you paid in dollars, and anything that was like 50 cents or whatever, you paid in riel.
But pretty much all the vendors would accept either currency.
Number 4, the beautiful beaches.
Before we came to Cambodia, I kind of pictured it as like small towns, rural communities, dirt roads. It's just kind of what came to mind when I pictured Cambodia.
But in reality, the southern coast of Cambodia has so many beautiful beaches that are way less crowded than the other Southeast Asian countries.
I think one of the most beautiful beaches we have ever been to, hands down, was on the island of Koh Rong. I mean, that sand was like so soft and the water was so crystal clear.
It really was like a tropical paradise.
Number 5, the super unusual things that you can order.
That is a big old mound of bugs. So we're no stranger to some crazy eats here in Southeast Asia. We've seen definitely a lot of creepy crawlers on the menu, but it really doesn't compare to Cambodia. Ants, frogs, scorpions, spiders, you name it, they're eating it. Another interesting bit of eating in Cambodia is there are a lot of places that serve happy pizzas and happy shakes. And we don't want to go into that too much because we don't want to get demonetized, but just know that it's pretty popular in Cambodia. Number 6, the mosquitoes. There are so many of them.
Yeah, we have to bring this one up when we're talking about bugs because there's just a ton of mosquitoes and we were basically getting eaten alive the entire time we were in Cambodia. We were on malaria medication, so we were safe on that front, but the bites were just like really itchy and really uncomfortable, and like they really went for our feet, and so we were just constantly itching our feet.
Yeah, it was so bad. I had 28 mosquito bites on my left foot at one point. So every time we were leaving the hotel room, we really just bathed ourselves in deep insect repellent.
Yeah, the insect repellent helped. You have to put a ton on, and you have to put it on multiple times a day, but just know that you're going to be buying a lot of bug spray while you are in Cambodia.
But it's money well spent.
Money well spent. Number 7, the massive amount of tuk-tuks.
Every time we would leave our hotel, there would be a bunch of guys outside and all of them would perk up and yell, tuk-tuk? It was super funny though. We actually saw a white guy at a cafe wearing a shirt that said, no tuk-tuk today.
Don't get us wrong, we absolutely love tuk-tuks. They are so much fun. Probably one of my favorite ways to travel because you got the breeze in your hair, you get to look around. One thing to note about tuk-tuks is that you have to be careful of your personal belongings while you are in them. A couple tuk-tuk drivers did warn us that people will like reach in and grab your phone or a camera if you kind of have it out. So just be careful about that.
And the best part about tuk-tuks is you can actually call them through the Grab app, which is by far and away the cheapest way to do it. We got back to Phnom Penh, we needed to call a tuk-tuk to get to our hotel, so we figured we would just wave one down. So the first guy came by and he wanted $5 and he wouldn't even negotiate with us. So we said, no, get out of here, no thank you. And pulled out the Grab app, checked it out, and it ended up being 80 cents to get back to the hotel. So we saved a lot of money that way, so if you're calling a tuk-tuk in Cambodia, do it through an app. Number 8, the slower pace of life on the coast of Cambodia.
Southeast Asia as a region is just full of hustlers. Everybody is out there trying to make a buck, and we respect the hell out of their amazing work ethics. But all this hard work and hustling just kind of makes for a really busy and fast-paced lifestyle.
And that's why we really enjoyed Kep and Kampot down on the southern coast of Cambodia. It's just a lot slower lifestyle down there, and honestly, between there and Phnom Penh, it's almost like those cities are in an entirely different country.
They just felt so different. Like everybody walks slower, talks slower, takes their time. I mean, we would sit at a restaurant all night and nobody would bug us. We would just get to like sit there and relax. It's just really awesome. Number 9, transportation getting around the country is kind of unreliable.
Hopefully the last mode of transportation of the day. And we're not saying this to sound negative, more so just as a warning to not to plan to be on time.
Yeah, like the first time we were taking a bus in Cambodia, the first bus broke down, and so we had to wait like 2 hours for another bus ride.
And then when we were going down to the coast, it took 6 hours to go about 80 miles because the roads are really just not in that good of shape.
And then another time we were taking a van to a bus, and that van broke down and got a flat tire on the way to the bus.
It's a developing country, so the roads are something that Cambodia is working on, but in the meantime, just don't plan on getting anywhere too quickly. If you're going over 50 miles, you should probably plan like a full day of travel. Number 10 is the Phnom Penh night market.
We have been to our fair share of night markets in Southeast Asia, but somehow nothing really compared to the Phnom Penh night market.
What made it so cool and unique was in the center of all the food vendors was a big area of mats. So you would grab your food, you would take your shoes off, and then you would just sit down and eat family style on the mats. They have condiments and napkins and all this stuff out, and you can sit there for as long as you want. It was just such a cool and unique experience.
It was definitely one of the most unique experiences that we've had. It felt really special, so I don't think it's something that we're gonna forget anytime soon. That and the fact that we, soon after leaving the market, tried bugs for the first time. And last but certainly not least is number 11, the prices.
We're really just blown away by how cheap the prices were. It's especially cheaper than Thailand and Malaysia and some of the other Southeast Asian countries that we've been to. And honestly, it was just really nice to be able to do what we wanted throughout the day and not have to sweat the money too much.
Alcohol felt really cheap to us, and I think that's because we came from Malaysia, where alcohol prices are among the most expensive in all of Southeast Asia. Like we would sit down at a place and get a beer for 50 cents, which was really cool. And then just like accommodations were cheap too. We could usually find it for 15 bucks a night, 20 bucks a night for like a really nice place actually. We would go on like full day tours that included like meals and boat rides for 15 bucks a person. Just really affordable.
So the bottom line, Cambodia is really, really affordable.
Great for budget travelers. We love Cambodia, it really surprised us, and we hope that you're considering going to Cambodia too, because a ton of people will go to like Thailand and Indonesia and they skip these countries that are, you know, even more developing, and I absolutely loved Cambodia.
Yeah, a lot of people go to Siem Reap to see Angkor Wat, but Phnom Penh, Kep, Kampot, Koh Rang, I mean, these are places that are really, really great and really, really affordable, and honestly just a ton of fun.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this list, don't forget to share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all your social media platforms. It really helps us out.
Yep, and don't forget to like and subscribe too. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye.
Run it back.
Things with how